So I do tech marketing for Corsair, specifically for HID products, anything with audio, mouse, and keyboards themselves. What we're showing off here today is basically our Void series headphones. All of these headphones feature the 50mm drivers. As you can see with our Void surround, we have something interesting that we implemented, which is the info mic. All of these headset, even with the surround, is currently compatible with our Q system, which is very advanced and whatnot. I mean, all of these are RGB, or these two wireless are RGB. The USB is also RGB as well. What's interesting about the Void surround is we have the traditional 3.5mm pole, so you're able to use this with your cell phone with Xbox controller or PS4 controller as well.
That's good. Yeah.
Now, if you want to use Dolby for Dolby, all you have to do is just plug this into the dongle itself, and then you can have access to Q as well. For the mouse, what we have here, we're showing off the new M65 Pro RGB. So we recently revamped this version. It has a 12K DPI sensor. What's interesting about this new M65 Pro is that it has surface calibration with Q, which has never been done by Corsair before. So this is an interesting feature that we have. So we have two color variations. We have a white one and a black one. Yeah. Showing off here, we have the Corsair Scimitar, which is a MMO MOBA mouse itself. So as you can see here, 12 keys right here, and the slider, what's interesting is you can slide it back and forth. So depending on your thumb placement, if your thumb is longer or shorter, you can move it to your preference. So it can be more comfortable. And then this one here, we have the Saber optical mouse. A lot of people tend to use this one for FPS gaming, just because the feel of it is very lightweight and has an optical sensor. So this is very preferred for FPS itself. And over here, last but not least, we have the Qatar, which is an ambidextrous mouse with 8K DPI. So this is the first introduction for ambidextrous to the market, but in the future we may look into doing more mouse and whatnot that is ambidextrous. So for this station, what we're showing off here is the audio visualizer. So with the music, it's synced to the keyboard to act as a EQ. So peaks, highs, and lows, it will just go through that. So this is something that we implemented, I think, two versions ago. You sure you have the latest software? Because right now it's 116.42. So if you don't have this feature yet, just make sure you install the latest. Yeah. And you need to have a headset and a keyboard for this to work. Okay.
Probably that's why.
Yeah. So our latest and greatest keyboard, which is the K Series Rapid Fire. So traditional Cherry MX red switches is about 2mm for actuation. The Rapid Fire is actually 1.2mm.
Really light.
Yeah. So as you can see here for Rapid Fire, it's aluminum chassis with a USB pass-through, and it has a new controller which has more vibrant and fluid lighting. And with the font, we've chose to use the strafe font just because it's larger and it shows the RGB a lot more.
Exactly, yeah.
So this one is the K70 Lux. It's the revamped version of the legacy K70. So a lot of people were mentioning that, with the K70, it lacks the USB pass-through. There was some flickering issues and whatnot. But of course, we took a notice of users and comments. So we kept the aluminum chassis. We kept the dedicated media keys, which is a
Real plus.
Exactly. Again, USB pass-through and strafe font. Over here, we have the strafe blue switch and the strafe silent. Have you tried the silent switch before?
Yeah, I have.
You have?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's great about this is that it's exactly the same as a red switch, but it has a dampener on the top and the bottom, which makes it silent. So the actuation force is exactly 45 grams, which is exactly like the MX red switches.
Alright geeks, you know the drill. This Computex Taipei 2016 coverage was made possible by Kyoto Technologies, Corsair, Lucro PC and Tech Armory. Show them some love by clicking on the links below.